Okay, so we're ready to go. 15 minutes after 10 o'clock, want to welcome you inside Level 2 Team 96. And as we promised you, we have our special guest in studio already. So we want to say good morning going out to radio announcer, DJ, songman, soca artist. Yeah? All of that.
Yeah,
Jahmoun Mendoza.
Yeah, big resume there, boy.
Telling you, boy. Morning,
What's
everyone.
going on, boy?
And 96
and of
morning.
course, no stranger.
No stranger. You forget to leave out one thing though.
What's that?
Daddy.
Yeah, of course. Can't forget it.
Most important.
And we were talking about that whole during the commercial break a little while ago. Getting ourselves stressed out before the interview. I don't know why, but small thing, man, small thing. So welcome, of course, Jahmoun. What's been going on with you?
Living, number one.
Okay, you know, I only see you when we have a little show or something. That's the only time I see Jahmoun.
Yeah.
Or Jahmoun might pop up on a WhatsApp. What's going on? Yeah.
Long time when I beg him for food, I used to get.
Treat, really?
I don't get again.
Well, you stop begging. Apparently, somebody else giving you food. So you don't have to ask me for anything.
At least you used to get food.
Well, yeah. You ain't living in the West.
No.
And we always give that story. That is how Jahmoun and I met. Huh?
Yeah,
Okay.
I
that
never
story.
knew Jahmoun before. I can't remember how you see the food or how you hear about the food.
What
Probably it was
boy?
Facebook. It could probably
Could
be
be,
Facebook.
yeah.
And
Most
he's like,
likely
I want to
Facebook.
pass the food. I was like, okay.
Yeah.
Don't know this man, eh? Come by my house.
In the lady house, you know.
Yeah.
Walking.
And that was it.
From what I know of you, that is nothing new.
Walking in people's house.
No, I didn't say that.
Hey, take off this man mic from me, please.
I didn't say that.
Nah, but it's all good. It feels good to be a 96. It feels good to be alive. It feels good to know that you're all doing all your thing, and it feels good that you all invite me here today also.
Very nice. So, Jahmoun, how has the season been so far? After let's take it from after Carnival.
Actually, Carnival 2015 was a nice experience for me. I got to perform with Roy Cape this time around. They heard my song, which was Own It.
Yeah.
And they called and said, yo, we want you to, come and practice and come and gigs and things with us. So, like years before, it was the stepping stone to get to that.
Yeah.
And the experience is really nice. I want to thank Papi and Blacks and Juice Man and all of them for giving me that platform, to actually see what it feels like to perform with a band.
So before Roy Cape, you never performed with a band before?
Well, yes. Of course, Ronnie McIntosh. We had our own little thing doing.
Was there a difference in feeling?
It is because Ronnie is somebody that everybody
like
learn from.
family for you too. Yeah.
Blacks learn from Ronnie. So we had our little band thing, that we do separate and apart from everything else. But where Roy Cape is concerned, the bigger events, the more exclusive events, to get that experience was something really, really different for me.
What do you do to get prepared to jump out on stage? Because not everybody can handle it. A lot of people say, yeah, they want it.
Yeah, and plus knowing that you have been on stage already as a radio announcer and as a DJ as myself, so is there a difference?
It is a difference, and anybody will tell you that. You could ask Charlotte, you could ask Jaiga, you could ask Devon, you could ask anybody that works with radio, and they do big events like miking and stuff. When it comes to actually performing your song, it's a total difference because you hyping up songs that...
Are you a bigger critic to yourself? Or the biggest critic?
Yeah. I could be at times. I could be. Ronnie's the next one.
Right.
Yeah. It is difficult because the songs you hyping is the songs that already popular.
Yeah.
So you're miking and hyping up your song.
Exactly.
When you have to actually perform your song, you have to get yourself in a zone. Well, for me, I'm naturally wild. I'm a natural wild man.
I don't find so. I find you have a very calm demeanor, though, Jahmoun.
Yes, I do, but
when it's time to transform,
when it's time to transform, I transform.
Right.
So preparation for me is just being myself, and that is it. I don't have to sit down and do 20 push-ups and yoga and hum and you know what I mean. I just take the mic and my stage antics, do the best for me.
And of course, we always have to talk about the entire scene where everybody keeps saying that they find some artists find that they should put a stop to radio announcers transcending.
They still have the argument out there.
People still talking about it. I think people still toting and still find that you're going to play a song a million times, which is never the situation.
Let me. You
Right.
asked me this question last year, and you asked me it again. Ludacris started as a radio announcer. Correct?
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
Nice. And he's just one. I'll use him
Yeah.
As an example. Prime
an
example.
Not because I work on radio means that my song is in full rotation. I had songs before that was played once, twice, and that was it.
That was it, yeah.
You know, because at the end of the day, if your music good, it will get played, right? A radio announcer transitioning into being an artist shouldn't be a problem to nobody. I interviewed Ricky Jai recently. Ricky Jai has a big radio program.
Yeah.
How nobody has a problem with Ricky Jai?
Maybe because he started off as an artist and then did it backwards. Maybe,
Right.
maybe there's an issue. It's not an
But
issue.
at the end of the day,
Yeah.
he's still on radio.
Yeah.
Okay? So, don't feel because Charles have a big tune
Yeah.
that Charles tune will go into full rotation. If it's a good song,
If it's a good song,
it will be
and,
played.
I mean, and
And
of
we talk about
talk-
this many
we
times
talk-
when Ola was here and all.
Yeah.
And sometimes Ola's song in red.
no,
It's
no,
like-
no, don't get me wrong. There are some dudes that work on radio that really
Need to stop?
need to, hold back at times because
Like who?
they push things down your throat. Don't put me on the spot like that. But it's true.
You should do.
Yeah.
You should do.
Yeah.
It is true.
Pauline Hill,
It is true.
But I agree with you 100% with that. You know, it does have a radio announcers who are into the thing.
And they will overdo it and
they
force
overdo
feed
it and
push it
it
on your throat.
and but make the perception that people believe that the song is that, and other artists will watch it and say, well, that kind of biased thing, So that way, I guess we come from.
You will get bias in
Yeah.
anything you do. You will get opposition in anything you do. At the end of the day, you just have to continue doing what you know you were put on the face of the earth to do. Once you find that niche, you stick with it. You understand? And you do what you have to do. So it's about time people just leave that alone. And because it's not going to stop, it's
Right.
not going to end.
Very true.
You all could continue having a problem with myself and others who work on radio singing. It is not going to stop.
Tell me, Jahmoun, what are two of the biggest lessons you have learned from inception since you've started in this soca arena?
Not everything that glitters is gold. Number one. And two, to the same people that feel this thing easy because you're working on radio and you have an advantage. You have another thing coming.
True.
I learn
True.
a lot since I start putting myself in this soca industry, in this zone. I learn a lot. I see a lot, but I don't say anything.
Right.
I just let it flow.
Right.
So, I learned my lessons. I probably have a lot more to learn.
Well, yeah.
Of course, like many of us do. The biggest artists in the world still have a lot to learn.
Of course.
We never stop learning.
Yeah.
So, I'm the type of person that I don't let things bother me. I do. I go on Facebook and I say good morning and that's it.
And that's it, right.
I don't join conversations. I don't comment under people's pictures. I don't subject myself to the social media in that way.
Right.
I see social media for promotional and
Purposes
probably
only. Right.
a little private thing where
Right,
personal
yeah.
pictures.
Yeah,
But
true.
I am the kind of person where I just live. I'm the kind of person that just lives. I don't much up and fuss up and who say what about me, and if I wasn't important, you would not talk about me in the first place.
Right.
So I don't study them things.
I hear that.
So, Jahmoun, what is some of the advice you have for because everybody wants to jump in the soca arena now, and everybody wants to try a thing, which I find it shouldn't be trying a thing. It should be, this is a business, and you have to know how to.
I like I said, I still have a lot to learn. So maybe.
But I'm sure you're approached now and then, and people will say, "Jahmoun, oh gosh, I look up to you. Tell me what you could do. And you wait. This is a good advice." What
the most important one I would tell the artists that really trying to break through is go by a professional. Go to a professional and get a professional production. Stop going by somebody with a laptop and a mic and then come in and expecting a halfway thing to give you 100% results. Get into it. If you really want to get into it serious, take it serious. Get to a professional producer, get a professional writer, and if you wrote something yourself, get some advice. Don't think because you write something, it real bad, and then you run
don't
by
try to cut corners.
and don't try to cut corners, and you run by a halfway producer and he do a thing for you, and then you're vexed when your thing ain't boss. You understand? You vex when you get thrown in the bush then.
Right.
Yeah, well,
Yeah. Yeah.
you know that is a norm.
Yeah.
That is a norm.
And you know, for you, I always think that you always had a very good ear for music, and you know what sound good and you know what suit you. So tell us about your latest track and how this came about.
This is a funny story. What happened was Kit called me again, and because they did the only
Kid
track.
eating enough food this year, boy. Oh gosh.
And well, they called me and they was like, "Yo, we have a beat for you, know. It's not an advocate beat, but we have it."
Okay.
And when we heard it, we say it's you. I say, okay, some time passed and stuff. Then I went to the studio and they played the beat. And myself, Kit, Emmanuel Rudder, we vibes in the studio and say, yeah, there's you, boy. There's real you, there's you. And while the rhythm playing, Kit was like, but Jahmoun, what do you really want? What do you want? I say, you know what? I just want a feel-good song. I want a beat that you could loop. I want a a dark, hard beat.
Right.
And while I saying that, the beat that we were listening to before,
Right.
that was off.
Right.
And he is speaking to me and playing his keyboard like this.
Okay.
And then that beat started. And as the beat started, Emmanuel started to hum, and the song was born.
And that was it.
That was it.
So what's the concept behind the song?
The concept behind the song is simple. Females like yourself, Kim, you all tend to hold back a lot. Especially where life is concerned and a whole.
Right, okay.
With a lot of things.
Okay.
You all be under pressure at work, relationship pressure. You all go through pressure with friends. You all go through pressure on a whole in society. And sometimes, you're seeing where you want to go, but you're holding back for some reason because you think that you would not be accepted, or something will not work out if you just let go yourself and do what you want to do now.
Right.
So it's a song that you could actually relate to, that finally you break away from your chain. That chain was holding you back, so finally you're off your chain and now you want to ramage now. So it's especially in carnival time,
Of course.
you can't hold back. You're off your chain now. All right, Kim, you make a baby, you miss a carnival.
Yes. Oh
Right?
gosh, yes.
Next carnival come. It's time to let go. You have to let it go. You break away from that chain that was holding you back last carnival. So finally you're off your chain and you want to ramage. So you have to let go whatever holding you
I
back.
feel you. I hear you.
Yeah.
I hear you completely.
Well, we were
All
talking about that earlier,
Yeah,
about
we
letting
were.
go.
Yeah, you have to let go. I mean, all right, even in a relationship, your relationship ended, they don't see no means of it ever getting back together, but for some reason that person still have a hold on you. You have to let go that.
Yeah. All right. Well, the floor is yours, Jahmoun. Introduce your track for us.
This floor stand up on it?
This one
They
right
might?
here. This is yours.
Nah, me walking here, don't try that. They not my floor. Yo, 961, this is Jahmoun, and this is my track for 2016, produced by Advocate, written by Kit Israel, Emmanuel Rudder. It's called Let Go.
Yeah, vocals are great on this one, though. Yeah, very good.
Vocals?
Yeah,
Yeah.
vocals.
Yeah.
Vocals
You
hard on
always
this.
told you that, huh? I
Yeah.
always
We
told you
actually
that.
said it doesn't sound like me.
It doesn't sound like in the intro. It was like, okay, but as you was telling me, you were always able to manipulate your voice.
Yeah. Yeah, because
So-
if you listen to Own It, the vocals totally different.
Totally
Yeah.
different. It's a totally different sound as well. Yeah. So you were talking about earlier on in terms of joining up with bands before. What are your plans for 2016?
2016.
Or should I say, who would you like to? You throw it out there, throw it into the universe. You never know.
When you say like to, what you mean?
Who would you like to perform with if you had a choice to perform with a band?
The same people I perform with all the time. Which is
You're comfortable.
Which is Ronnie McIntosh on his side,
Right.
and Roy Cape.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
I love the chemistry that the Roy Cape band have. They have a kind of family oriented scene going on there that it's not easy to penetrate
Right.
and get out of hand. It's very a very close knit team with the Roy Cape family.
And that's true,
I like
because they were here last week on Man Drive, and they really do have that kind of family togetherness, and they have a discipline too, where they know what they want to do, and they just put it forward. They put the fans first, before they do anything. And it have great teachers in that band too.
Yeah,
Of course,
and the seriousness about Roy Cape also. Roy Cape is considered as an institute of learning.
Yes.
And they take music serious. They're not gonna let nobody come into Skylark.
That's true.
They wouldn't let nobody come into Skylark and get kicked something come wrong. You know what I mean? If you're serious, you're serious, and they will extend that olive branch and rope you in and teach you, and that's what I like.
Right. What about collaborations?
I I'm not too sure.
You're not too sure yet?
No.
Is this the only single that you're going to be releasing so far, or you have other things in the bag?
I have. But
you're holding out your.
Well, yeah, because I mean,
you don't want it to get lost either.
Yeah.
Right.
No, yeah, because tons of music coming out, tons of
true.
music. Rhythms, and it still have. I mean, who released music so far? Bungie have a thing out.
Yeah.
Fian have a thing out.
Yeah.
Destra have a thing out. Showing have a thing out. Way boy, you don't know where boy is. Understand? So everybody just, as they just say, is a science.
Yes.
So everything is a science.
That's a good word.
You have to know when to drop, when to rock back. Watch how your tune going. If it billing, leave it, let it bill.
So you just monitoring the situation right now.
Well, yeah, the song is just like a week old. It was released last week Tuesday.
Yeah.
So I'm rolling with Let Go for the while. I have other stuff. I have a song already recorded that I didn't release in 2015. I still have that.
Right.
And I still getting calls to come and do stuff. People said my inbox is crazy with beats and some people I don't
so you
even
never
know.
You just never know. Who, as I ask everybody, who is your go-to person for true and an honest opinion in terms of a song?
Only one person.
Who's that?
Ronnie McIntosh. No, listen, the relationship that I have with Ronnie, a lot of people don't know and it's very funny. Back in the day when Ronnie was in Massive Chandelier, they used to practice on that same street where Roy Cape is. And my aunt used to live up inside Bass Street, St. James. So I used to run away and run down and stand up at the side of the road with the churches and listen to them practice. And I used to go to Brass Festival and just wait for when Ronnie come out. You know what I mean? He's somebody I always admire from small. So when I actually met him and we got close, it was like, this is what I always wanted.
Right.
To be close to him, because he's the person who a lot of these artists learn from. And to be considered kind of his right-hand man, because when you see Ronnie, you see Jahmoun.
Yeah.
You understand? He is the person that I would play everything for first.
Right.
And he would be like, yeah, boy. Oh, your backgrounds, boy. Yeah, boy. I feel like I could do this. Nah. Stop. Go so. Yeah.
Right.
Oh, God, I like how you swing that. So that's the person who I would go to every single time. I wouldn't go to anybody else but Ronnie McIntosh.
Right.
Fantastic. Wow. All right, well, Jahmoun, I want to thank you for passing through. But before you do that, send out your shout-outs.
All right.
And, of course, where we can find you
where
on
you
social
find you on
media.
social
We
media.
know already is everything.
Well, we know you tag, you don't pity, you don't do much on Facebook or whatever, but let people know how they can
you know, it really weird coming to 96 and hearing this man talking.
Why?
When you see Outlaw outside, Outlaw quiet and...
Well, I'm about my business. When I have to speak, I speak.
You see, and that's the thing too. Yeah. The Vex radio announcers singing. Look, DJs talking now. Long time DJs never used to talk. DJs talking on radio.
Well,
some have a good voice, but they're talking.
Everything changing.
Well, first of all, I want to thank God because without him, nothing is possible. I want to thank my family, my 2 kids, Elijah and EJ, Trisha, all my sisters, my brothers, my entire family. I want to thank everybody that know Jahmoun. You all know my personality.
Yeah.
Some people like it, some people don't like it. I like the people that like me and I like the people that don't like me. It doesn't matter to me. Grudges is a thing that I don't hold because I can't spell grudge. You understand? Because in this life, you will have your ups and your downs.
True.
And the people that support you when you're up and you're down is the people that you stay close to. Sometimes the people that don't support you when you're down, you stay close to them too.
Right.
Because of them and the bad mind is that does help you to get better. I also want to thank Advocate for a second year allowing me to work with them. I really like this track. I think they putting me in a zone so that when you hear a track, you would know it's Jahmoun.
Yeah.
If you listen to Own It,
Yeah,
it was
true.
about the females, but in a kind of aggressive way, but still about them. And talking to the females again in this song to let you know to let it go. So I want to thank Advocate. I want to thank Emmanuel Rudder for writing a nice track. And the next thing about this track is this track had no second verse. The day I was recording this song is when I learned the second verse. Normally when you get a track, you just get a demo.
Right, yeah.
I had no demo for this. I had to learn the melodies and everything on my own. And the day I went to record the song, all I had was the first verse.
That was it.
Right.
So I had to learn. So thank you once again, Manny. And again, thanks to 96.1 for having me. All right. You could follow me on Instagram at Jahmoun1. Yeah, Facebook, Jahmoun, and You know what I mean? Thank you to my friend, what's your name? Janelle.
Janelle
all
from
the
New
way
Jersey.
From New
yeah.
Jersey. Yeah.
I went to school with her, boy, back in the day, boy. Thank you,
We're
darling.
getting a lot of support here. We're getting all the WhatsApp messages coming through. So doing good so far, man.
So
Jahmoun.
ladies, whenever you all hear this track, just remember that something in life is out there for you and you need to let go and get it. And for Carnival,
great advice.
Monday and Tuesday,
Just let
it go.
Yes,
Don't hold it back.